Wake up, kids, it's Joe and Nick for your weekend vacation. Grab your stool, squat on down for crappy animation. Let the gangsta commentary prop open your eyelids and watch some TV shows that have aged even worse than they did. So fill your bowls, use your spoons, it's Shaturday morning cartoons.
Happy
Saturday,
everybody! All right, Saturday morning.
Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons, where we watch the shows that we first enjoyed between beatings as geeky kids in the 1980s, or maybe I'm just projecting. Joining me, as always, are Nick and Joe of the Found Footage Festival.
Hi.
Hi, gentlemen. I'm George, their sycophantic flunky, and today we're enforcing a mask mandate as we welcome Doug Stone, the voice of Matt Tracker from the classic cartoon M.A.S.K. Hello, Doug. We're in New York City. Where are
Doug.
Hi, New York City. Well, I'm in Boulder, Colorado, of course, at M.A.S.K headquarters.
Carved out of a mountain.
Free to call.
Does your microphone turn into anything else? Or?
Turns into a very small residual check, which.
Are you still getting money from it?
No,
You still see?
No, that's a very sad story. I get residual checks from other programs, but very little. We see very little in the way of payment from M.A.S.K.
Is it in syndication or is it done?
But what happened very briefly, it was owned by a conglomerate of U.S., French, and Canadian company. It got sold to a European company, sold again, and at some point, the actors' contracts stopped being passed along, is what we were told.
Oh, how convenient.
Sounds like Venom was involved.
The internet age came into being. We realized, hey, this thing's playing. Why aren't we getting checks? And when it was investigated by the union, that's what we were told. So once in a while, an honest company will will either pay something towards our retirement or give us a small stipend because they are playing it. But it is still, fans tell me that it's still playing. It's around the world, internet shows, and I don't know about network, but we see very little. We're not the first to be ripped off that way, but it's.
I guess there's nobody really policing that. It's just like shows that old.
Yeah, they try. I think G.I. Joe may have had a similar problem with sales in Europe, but the unions try to police it. And now, as an actor, if I want, I can. There's actually companies that will you can hire who will track around the world what's being played and let you know for a monthly fee. You can find out what shows that you've done if you want to feed them all in.
That's a premise for a cartoon. Tracking down where a cartoon is playing. I don't know.
Yeah, a team of multi-ethnic teens do it. How about that? I don't know.
I tried to put T-Bob into a machine that would track residuals.
Yes.
As usual, running in circles.
Damn it.
I can't wait to see T-Bob. I forgot about T-Bob until you brought up T-Bob right there, and I can't wait to see T-Bob.
We've got so much T-Bob ahead. And before we watch the cartoon and learn more about your career, Doug, let's talk about our cereals and/or beverage containers.
Here's Joe's fun mug for the day. So a friend made this fun mug for me. My wife and I, we went to Italy and I proposed to her. And this is like, 8 years ago or so. But then somebody made a fun mug. We went to the Vatican. We were excited to be at the Vatican. So this is what you do. You like jump up in the air and jump for joy, because I think that's where Jesus was born.
You're getting closer to heaven when you do that.
Exactly. And Santa was invented there. And so we were excited to be there. And
those hats, I think, were there.
I
danced the Vatican. They wouldn't let my ex in because she didn't have a kerchief on her hair or something, and she had to go find a store that would sell her a kerchief.
It's all about the merchandising.
By the way, I had shorts, and they let me into the Vatican with shorts on. I guess.
Does the Pope have shorts? A loophole.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
okay,
cargo.
Summer
shorts.
Pope. Yeah.
Wearing pants when I was there. I don't want to get into it.
I got a segment here called Nick's Cool Cups, and I've got a Where's the Beef? Where's the Beef cup that I have some delicious filtered water this morning. So
it's been 37 years. Did they ever find the beef or no? I haven't been following it at all.
They did, and then Clara Peller got sued, I think, for that commercial.
Oh,
so
right.
yeah,
Okay.
we've covered it before. Another actor getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the lady who fell down and couldn't get up was the
Oh yeah, I've fallen. I can't get up. That's her. Yeah.
Wow.
beef, and lawsuits ensued from there. It's very, very, very
This
sad.
is a very litigious episode so far.
We're just
We're just getting started. Yeah. Ooh, what's that cup?
My cup. I do volunteer work rescuing kitties, and
No way.
yeah. I've been doing it for 10 years. I sit on the board of the Kitty Bungalow Charm School for Wayward Cats in Los Angeles. We're a street rescue. We are rescuing kitties from the streets. Mine may show up. I've got 3 who live here. Some of them may show up at some point.
hope so.
I always think I'm speaking to them when I'm speaking, of course, including a special needs boy, Rocky McWiggles, who is what they call a wobbly cat, cerebellar hypoplasia. It's a neurological disorder, lovable little man. Anyway, at some of our parties and giveaways and whatever, we exchange gifts. And this was a gift cup that I got from there. So it's not a funny story, but it's a cute.
It's a cute cup.
That's a fun mug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic mug.
Fun mug myself right here.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm having a bowl of vintage 1985 Cocoa Puffs. Kind of hard to keep down, but the following commercial will explain why.
It's the secret of M.A.S.K in a ring.
Inside my Cocoa Puffs. What a great ring. It's like magic.
One flip, the helicopter becomes a jet plane.
You won't believe your eyes.
M.A.S.K magic rings, 1 of 5 in specially marked boxes of Cocoa Puffs.
That sounded like Graham. It sounded like one of the cast members. I wonder if he did a commercial. That's like Graham, the voice of T-Bob. That sounded...
Wow, that would be be a good. I guess once you're in, you get to know everybody.
If you're in the studio that day and they're like, we need somebody to do the voiceover for the Cocoa Puffs commercial, then you're the guy.
Actually, I was only approached for extracurricular stuff after sessions where they said, we want you to do promos or whatever. You wouldn't do it in front of the other cast members. Ask somebody to, it's going to make them feel bad since you're included. So in my experience, at least, and if that was Graham, then I guess they did it on the sly as well. I didn't even know about it. But no, they would do that separately as opposed to in front of everybody.
I proposed to my first 3 wives using those Cocoa Puff M.A.S.K rings, by the way. Just a little fun fact.
At the Vatican?
Yep, none of them ended well.
Now, Doug, you're an actor, producer, director, and writer for cartoons and anime and live-action TV shows, films, and video games. Were you a big cartoon fan growing up?
No more than normal, I don't think. I sort of backed into this career, but I certainly watched Warner Brothers cartoons and worshipped at the shrine of Mel Blanc and all those great cartoon icons. Those cartoons, a lot of them started as actually film shorts, so they were really done well. And of course, Disney. I'm born in the era of when Disney first, Walt Disney in living color. We grew from black and white TV sets. We had color TV sets in my day. You could see everything, like sort of like this. Yeah, everybody in color was. So I watched pretty much the standard stuff: the Woody Woodpeckers and the Bugs Bunnies and the Porky Pigs and all the sort of standard 50s cartoon shows.
But you weren't sitting there thinking, "That's what I'm going to do." Oh, well, it worked out.
It did work out, but no, I couldn't. I was raised in Toronto, Canada, and in Toronto, Canada at that time, I didn't know. I mean, as it turns out, there were some actors who went from Canada to the U.S. I didn't know that at the time, but it just seemed unimaginable to me that anybody growing up in Toronto, Canada, could be part of that industry. It was just magic. It was, Walt Disney. It was like on another planet. It was not anything that I could ever envision doing. I grew up wanting to act. That I could do in Toronto. So I was doing amateur theater as a kid, as a young teen, et cetera, and doing stage work, never thinking I could make a living in this industry, but at least having some expression. I also wrote and had a poetry column and things like that. So it was all things that were just extraneous and forms of self-expression, but nothing that I ever assumed I could make a living at. That didn't happen until my later years, until I was in my early 30s.
Well, like I said, it was worked out tremendously well. Your list of voice acting credits is kind of hard to wrap my head around. According to IMDb, you have over 350 credits. That's not individual episodes, which would be in the hundreds. These are just shows, movies, and video games.
It's not accurate. I've done 4 times that amount.
All right.
No
Incredible.
way. For real? Like not just like 7 episodes of M.A.S.K, but like just one episode. Is one episode of M.A.S.K in there, or is that like
The IMDb only lists things that you receive credits for, that they've found credits for. And I've never bothered updating Wikipedia and whatever. But as well as doing anime and cartoon work, etc., I've done what's called looping on over 1,000 television shows and films, supplying voices or matching voices of actors. I had my own group, and we did over 240 episodes of the Hercules and Xena series, for which I won some Golden Reel Awards for voice casting. We were on all the dramas you watch and all the films you watch, the only people who speak are the principals. Every other voice is covered by voiceover actors. Extras don't speak. People who walk by the principals moving their mouth are not speaking. That would interfere with the noise and sound on set. Nobody's doing anything other than the principals, but we'll come in and be everybody else. And having lip sync experience, when I got into looping, they found that I could change my voice, do accents, and do lip sync. That door really opened wide for me. So again, I've done ER, Chicago Hope, a lot of the shows from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s I was involved in, and again, formed my own group and did all the Hercules and Xena episodes. So I have over 1,000 credits for that.
you must be exhausted?
I am very tired. Actually, I do so little now. It's wonderful. I just collect my pensions.
Earned it.
And play with your cats, play with Mr. McWiggles.
And work with the shelter and play with the cats. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was literally working 6-7 days a week. There was times I didn't sleep for 2.5 days straight because I was writing stuff for shows that I was directing all night, directing all day, then doing a looping session, then writing all night, then directing all day. I mean, I was a busy boy from about 1991 or 2 to 2004. I had about 12 years there where it was, I'd sometimes be on 7 different things a week. 7 different either TV shows or stuff that I was directing. I sometimes work during the day for other people acting and then go direct at night in studios.
I'm exhausted just hearing about it.
It was exhausting, and
Yeah.
it did not help my health. That was stupid.
Oh.
Stupid. Now
But you loved it, right? I mean, like,
now it's mobile arthritic strike command.
I see.
I was driven. I was just crazy. I was a Toronto kid. I came to LA. The doors opened. I was doing M.A.S.K. Thought I'd go back to Toronto when it was done because I'm not going to get work in LA. I'll go back to doing a little bit of voiceover work in theater and on camera work back in Toronto. And the people I was doing M.A.S.K. for, both the producers and the studio people said, you know, you're good enough to work in LA. I said, I am? Oh, well, I'm going to try that then. So I took the money I was making from M.A.S.K. and invested in myself and stayed and spent the next 3 or 4 years trying to get established in the industry here. And yeah, it worked out.
One of the voices that you mentioned that people would probably know you best for would be Psycho Mantis. Let's listen to a little bit of that.
No, there's no need for words, Snake. I'm Psycho Mantis. That's right. This is no trick. It's true power. It's useless, I told you. I can read your every thought.
I mean, I'm freaked out just watching that.
is that a video game or what is
Yes,
that? Is
1998 video game.
Yeah.
called Psycho Mantis?
No, it's Metal Gear Solid, but the character is Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, Psycho, I didn't know. You know, you do all these jobs, you have no idea what's catching on. I was at a convention for M.A.S.K, and all these people came up to me with Psycho Mantis stuff to autograph. And Mantis, that's vaguely, and they were really upset with me that I didn't remember. And that's when I learned that Psycho Mantis is, with some people, what I'm primarily known for. It's a big deal. He's on a lot of people's top 10 villain lists for interactive games. He's still on the list after 98, 2000. I think I did two games with him.
But like people would come up and they'd be like, "Oh, Psycho Mantis." And you were just like, "Who the hell is Psycho Mantis?"
Pretty much. And when they asked me, can you do the voice? And I said, I don't remember the.
Hey, I'm Psycho Mantis.
That's not it. That's not it.
I'm Psycho Mantis. I can read your mind.
Yeah, there's something about video games. I think you spend so much time in there and you're interacting that you get even more attached than you do to cartoon characters. So yeah, I get it.
So to understand M.A.S.K, it's worth revisiting the multi-decade struggle for market dominance between two toy manufacturers. In the 60s through the 70s, Hasbro was successful with the large-scale G.I. Joe action figures. And then in 1976, Kenner introduced the Star Wars toy line, and they changed the scale of action figures by making them much smaller so they could make more vehicles and play sets to sell, and they soon dominated the industry. Hasbro came back with Transformers and a scaled-down G.I. Joe. And now, what's Kenner going to do? The Star Wars trilogy is coming to an end. They decide to combine the two to make M.A.S.K. It's the sort of a turducken of toys.
I never realized that is a combo. That is a combo of G.I. Joe and Transformers. Yes, great observation, George. That's good.
Well, I'm sure the Wikipedia article that I got it from is it's less my.
Well, thank them for me.
I will. So M.A.S.K stands for, say it with me, Mobile Armored Strike Command, a crime-fighting team that wears technologically advanced helmets and has cool cars, trucks, motorcycles, helicopters, and planes that transform into different types of cool cars, trucks, motorcycles, helicopters, and planes.
This particular foldout came with a lot of the masks too. I had a bunch of the toys, and I remember this thing. And this is a great thing to include with the toys because it made you want to buy more.
And to this day, I've been disappointed by every gas station I've been to.
Yeah, none of them convert. You ask them, fill it up and convert into a crime fighting unit.
Yes.
You're lucky if they clean your window.
Exactly.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
And so it's led by the heroic Matt Tracker, who inexplicably drags his son and their robot T-Bob, their requisite annoying TV sidekick in the tradition of Orko from He-Man, Snarf from Thundercats, and me from VCR Party Live.
All three very irritating, yeah.
And M.A.S.K is locked in a franchise-creating battle with their arch-villain Miles Mayhem and the terrorist group Venom, which stands for Vicious Evil Network of Mayhem. Now, I want Nick and Joe, by the end of the episode, come up with an anagram that Saturday morning cartoons is for. It's just...
Wait. So what does Saturday morning cartoon stand for?
Yeah. Just just do it in the background.
It's a lot of letters.
Yeah.
All right. We'll work on it.
And we have probably 17 minutes to do that, right?
Yes. So the toys were really popular, of course, and it spawned a shocking amount of licensed merchandise. You got comic books, lunch boxes, Commodore 64 game, pajamas, disturbing pajamas. I think I had them, actually. I never watched the cartoon, but I had them. And they all currently reside in landfills or the lucite cases of rabid collectors.
I made every girl I dated wear those pajamas. Had to wear those pajamas.
Too kinky for Saturday morning.
Couldn't perform them, so to speak.
So the M.A.S.K cartoon was made by Deke and consisted of 75 episodes over 2 seasons from 85 to 86, or at least that's when it aired. Now, Doug voiced not just the main character, Matt Tracker, leader of M.A.S.K, but also many other characters.
Well, I know from the fans and the pictures and stuff, I voiced 8 characters, regular characters, and then we voiced supplemental, guest characters, 2-liners, 3-liners as they came up.
Well, here's a bunch of them.
4 good guys and 4 bad guys, I think.
Some of my friends found you unconscious in a ravine.
Who are you?
My name is Tracker. Matt Tracker.
Hang on, Scott. Old Dusty's coming. Yee-haw!
Matt, this is Bruce, regarding the spacecraft.
Mayday! Mayday! We need some backup here.
There's nothing here but a pile of old logs. Shut up, Gory.
Did you hear that? I was praising your genius and Bruno said to shut up.
Great, huh? The formula's gonna be ours!
Yee-haw!
Would you just remember them? Like when they're like, all right, we need you to do some Brunos today. Would you just remember them, or would you have to have it played back so that you could?
No, we were recording so often that I had them accessible to me. In fact, I preferred they asked us when we started, because they weren't sure how experienced we were coming to LA, would you prefer to do all your matte lines first, then all your dusty lines? And I said, I really, if you don't mind, there'll be a beat or two. I like when they talk to each other. So I can react. So change body stance, change your it's something I tell young actors too. You change your anytime I'm doing voiceover, you'll see me using my hands, doing stuff. You use your body as much as anything. So I had certain positions I'd take. Bruce was always slightly bent over because he was shy, and that would actually change my chest cavity to make it smaller, to help me make my voice and demeanor smaller. Wait, where's my Dusty? I'd be waving my hand around, and et cetera, et cetera. So I like to go from one to the other.
Oh man!
Wow,
Love
it's all
hearing
happening right
the
here.
secrets, yeah.
Yeah. So as you mentioned, there's a tremendous fan base still going. Here are 4 of the websites from which I took the information and photos that I've shown you so far. And you go to conventions. You've got
occasionally, yeah.
And meet with the fans. And
Right.
so you mentioned you have one coming up. Is that right?
Yes, I'm actually going to a Transformers convention here in Burbank, and it's great because I have friends who were in Transformers. I'll get to visit. On the last day of it, on March 13th, they're going to have tables set up. I know I'm going to be there for M.A.S.K, and I guess probably some other folks, maybe I don't know who, but from 80s cartoons will also be there representing their particular franchises. And yeah, we'll be doing signings.
Okay, and with all that background, let's watch the 1985 episode Mardi Gras Mystery. I've edited out all the nudity because, you know, it's Saturday morning, but Mardi Gras.
More bands need to cover this live.
I think there are some bands that just specialize in cartoon theme songs.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a band where they all dress up like Transformers. And...
you guys are talking over the hook right now. Could we maybe like back up? There we go.
It's an hour show.
Wow, that's probably one of the best theme songs of anything we've ever shown.
I agree.
T-Bob.
I wish Mardi Gras ran all year long.
The best is yet to come, Scott. I've got something special to show you. Come on.
So Doug, that's you, right?
Yep.
That voice is you.
Sorry for answering for Doug there.
Look how many there are.
Wow, look at that.
Ooh, they're playing with fire with that Disney stuff.
Yeah, it looked awfully like Disney Snow White.
It's a monster.
Take it easy, T-Bob. Frankenstein's just a float powered by a golf cart.
What's that?
Hey, Doug, how many takes would you usually do on these?
What's going on here?
Oh, it really differed. Sometimes they first take, sometimes 3 or 4. Thinking back, we'd get the scripts. Sometimes we'd get the scripts a day ahead of time. Then you can read the entire thing and you know what's coming next, so you can feed properly what's coming next. But not a lot of takes. Usually, I mean, that's what. How do I say this? If you require tons of takes, then you probably shouldn't be doing this.
Right.
So usually your first instinct is good. They may tweak it, and then it's a matter of taking proper direction. They may say make them a little warmer. We like the comedic aspect that you just gave it, but even make it warmer. We want to know he loves Scott at the same time that he's laughing with Scott, so he's not laughing at him or something like that. And then you just make a minor adjustment in that regard. The further a series goes, the more comfortable you settle into your character. And most of the tweaking is done those first episodes where they're trying to find the character and you're trying to find it. Then you might do a lot of takes in the first 4 or 5 episodes.
Okay.
Really, everybody's settling in. What's our rhythm? What's our relationship to each other? Whoops, that voice is a little too similar to that voice. So actor A, can you deepen him? Actor B, can you gravel him? Let's keep those voices. All these different things that you have to do for the audio aspect, as well as the performance aspect, would be done usually in the first few episodes.
Okay.
And once you're rolling and you're in episode 7 or 8, you should be able to crank these out. Every episode was allotted about 4 hours to do, but by the time we really got rolling, it was usually about 2.5. You do the whole episode once as a rehearsal, and then you record in the second go round.
Best job in the world. One episode, 2.5 hours. Oh man.
And you acted out in the parking lot with your cars driving around and.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, on site. This one was done, of course, in New Orleans. They'd fly us there.
Right.
Because
Okay.
one of us had the feeling that, no expense was spared.
Right.
We're all in a Motel 6 in New Orleans.
Those bad men are after my grandpa.
That was your grandfather driving the cart.
Uh-huh. Hey, that's them.
Out of the way, Robin Hood. This little girl's coming with me.
Stay away.
Let's go, Becky. Your grandpa's waiting for you.
She's going nowhere with you, Sitting Bull.
We're not talking to you, Robin Hood.
Becky, hurry, get in.
Professor Daly.
Wait.
They all stop
She's
to
gone.
observe the.
Come on.
Okay.
I don't know what.
They got distracted by the beautiful fireworks.
But I'm going to find out.
You recognize? Did you when those two gentlemen came up, the bad guys? Did you recognize at all anything familiar about their voices?
Well, one sounded a little bit like Jack Nicholson.
The actor who was playing those roles, Mark Halloran, was an impressionist, and this was his first cartoon. And at first, he was having difficulty. What do I do with these voices? And they realized the best thing to say to him was, "You do a Nicholson, do a variation on that." So that was a Nicholson and a very stupid Stallone, as I recall.
Is that like a trick of the trade? Like, do your Nicholson, but like a variation of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've done. I think we've all done that. We've all taken known characters and I did the mayor of oh god, what was the cartoon called? I've now gone up on it, and he sounded like Danny DeVito slightly, but he wasn't Danny. And I did a mouse that sounded like Joe Pesci, but he wasn't Joe Pesci. He didn't actually have a New York accent, but he was placed where Joe Pesci is placed.
There we go.
Oh, those are classic Deke explosions right there too.
Viper, fire!
The thing about characters wearing masks too in animation is you don't have to draw mouth movements, so it saves a lot of
art.
But
drawing.
acid burns on the seat?
According to this, the cart's engine blew up.
I like
from
that he's
the
still
gas
wearing the Robin
leaks.
Hood outfit.
Here, let me see. Not gas, Scott. It looks more like a very powerful new fuel. That cart was doing at least 100.
But what burned the seat?
That tracker's a one take every
Is
single
it-
time, right? I mean,
Analysis
like he
complete.
seems really.
Burning
It seems kind of
agent,
boring. That was
acid
probably boring
compound,
for you to do.
15% carbolic acid, not
I don't think you say to a
You know,
guest
I-
about
I
their
heard-
primary tar-
No, but what I'm saying is that no, I didn't mean that he's delivering it boring. Like he's Matt Tracker, he's the hero. I feel like the heroes are always the boring ones. It's the villains that are the fun ones.
No, I agree with you. And I mainly was doing character and did do character work, but it's like when I was doing on camera work and stage work, I was very often comedic and whatever. I can remember doing a TV film in Canada where I was the hero and I felt lost. And what do I use for a hook? How do I make him interesting? So
Yeah.
there is a challenge when he's a very straight-laced guy like Matt Tracker, and they don't give him a lot of comedy lines and he's not really colorful, but I had to think of him as the glue that held the series together. Plus, he was a single dad who loved his son and whatever else. So I had to just go to a different kind of place than you might for a villain to try to just make him, he's the through line. He's the guy who's there, who's regular, who's steady, who always knows what needs to be done.
You didn't just go, I'm going to do Nicholson or Cagney. I've got to do something else.
Yeah, I couldn't go Edward G. Robinson or something.
Yeah, you see.
Would have been an interesting take. But,
There's T-Bob. See?
No, Jack, I would stop them, but it'd be expensive.
Come on, son, I got a pocket full of beads and they're burning a hole in my pocket.
For this mission.
Personnel selected. Dusty Hayes.
They still do that down there?
Specialist tracking and demolitions. Vehicle code name Gator.
How do you know?
Probably not during COVID, actually. But...
Buddy Hawks. Undercover operations and disguise specialist. Vehicle code name Firecracker.
Personnel approved. Assemble Mobile Armored Strike Command.
Now, Doug, I just have to ask, were those masks N95?
Oh, N95 masks. Oh, yeah, sir. We were way ahead. And that's actually called a computer, the thing that I'm speaking to.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah. I still go to my computer and ask, what is the right cat for this mission?
Right.
Spider in the, in my home or something. Rocky McNichols is the correct cat for this mission, and it'll tell me.
Spin off right there.
Yeah. There is a cartoon.
This is due for a live action,
Professor Daly.
Get Michael Bay involved.
They're talking about it. I hear this from the fans all the time. They keep talking about kicking this back again. They did do another comic with a different Matt Tracker who was a young black kid. They've tried all kinds of things, and they've attached G.I. Joe. They've talked about a live version of it. I hear the fans send me all this stuff all the time. There are all kinds of rumors. All I've asked for is let me do a Stan Lee. Let me just be somewhere at a table saying, "Isn't that Matt Tracker?"
Yes, exactly. Yes, do it for all of the. Make it a franchise.
Make sure you get an action figure for that one too.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want
guy at table.
guy at table with gray hair.
Anybody here?
What are those,
Magical
Dad?
sticks?
I don't know, but they're beautiful. May I help you? Yes, we're
Love
looking
that
for
line.
Professor Daly. Yes, I'm
I don't know,
worried
but
too.
they're beautiful.
I haven't heard from her since last night. She could have gone to Gardner's Point for research. Gardner's Point. The tree that she is researching only grows in Gardner's Point.
I like Tracker's blonde eyebrows.
These branches come from fire trees. An old Cajun gentleman from Gardner's Point brought some here.
That's Becky's grandfather.
That was me there. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
We sometimes did subsidiary, guest characters. That one was me.
Do you get extra money for that? Like if they're like, we need you to play
the contracts, then we get a bump. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
For extra characters beyond, I can't try to remember 85. I think it was something like beyond 3 characters, you'd get a bump or something like that. Yeah.
See, I always thought Frank Welker was in the background of all these studios, ready to run in and just do like, what do you got, a frog in the background? I'm that frog, and then they become.
Even then, 85, and I'm starting and I'm asking questions, and they said, "Well, Frank Welker's limo will be here after you're done." He would sleep in the back because he was doing so much work, studio to studio. He hired someone to drive him while.
No way! That's some good Welker dirt. We're fascinated by Welker because he's in every single one of these cartoons. Have you met him?
I can't remember if I met him or not. I can't remember. He has a great reputation as being a very nice guy. I can't recall, but he was. I was asking at that time because Mel Blanc's picture was on the wall, which was intimidating. And being new in LA, I said, "Who's the new? Who are the guys now?" And they said, "Well, one of the biggies is Frank Welker." And then I made it my business to investigate and find out more, and realized, oh my goodness, yeah, he's in everything, and he's so good. Yeah. But he had a good reputation as a very nice guy too. But yeah, he was working at everything, and there was no way he could stay awake and drive himself everywhere. They just drove him studio to studio, said, "Frank, you're on. Home by this time."
We're gonna be a fan boat.
Don't play dumb with me. Take us to the fire trees. Your friend,
good
Professor Daly,
made the mistake of contacting the Peaceful Nations Alliance Science Council. Unfortunately, that message was intercepted. Now you'll have to deal with me.
Scott,
Urine
can you
sample?
get me a pair of glasses?
Sure.
Matt, my underground contacts tell me there's a very special auction tonight at Louis' Cafe. If Venom's got their hands on that fuel, that'll be the place
I
to
want to
find
look
it.
like him.
Be careful, buddy.
Don't worry, Matt.
Maybe I've got a hunch.
I love the music too.
Gardner's Point is a key to this whole thing. Feel like rounding up some reptiles, Dusty?
All right. I haven't been swamp slopping in a dog's age.
What about us?
But first, a hurricane to Pat O'Brien's.
You're not dragging me into another crazy mission. It'll ruin my makeup.
Shoulder laughing.
Yep.
Stay here in the hotel till we get back, Scott.
Aw, Dad.
That should be on the bingo card.
This could be dangerous. You
I
understand?
like Scott wearing the beard.
I understand.
No, Scott, you can't be in the porno industry.
You're too young.
$500,000? You can do better for this super fuel additive.
I haven't seen what this fuel can do. You expect me to pay for something untested?
Why should I show it to someone who won't promise to buy?
Then let's say the deal is off.
What's the problem?
It's a very complicated
shot.
plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. I'm lost.
Right?
But
Well, the cars turn into flying cars.
All right, wise
That's the
guy.
plot.
I know about
Who
that.
sent you?
Okay.
Louis sent me.
Funny thing that I'm Louis.
what's
And
Ned
I didn't
Flanders
send
doing
you.
here?
Your father told us to stay put, Scott.
We will. I just want to try some pralines.
Pralines?
They're nuts, like you. Holy smokes! It's Venom. They've got Professor Daly. We've got to tell Dad. I need your radio. He's out of range. We'll have to tell him in person. T-Bob, motor scooter mode.
I bet I'm gonna regret this.
Hard to believe, but that was only part one.
Wow. There's a lot going on in that episode.
Yeah.
I love it, man. That's bringing back some memories. Just like even like the soundtrack and the Deke animation, and I just love it.
I think it's time for a commercial break. It's just funny to hear these commercials in other languages because I don't know, xenophobic. I don't know what, but
Because you're xenophobic.
Saturday morning cartoons will be right back.
You'll ride shotgun and Volcano here.
It sure lives up to its name, Matt.
Tracker here. Assemble M.A.S.K. Venom has struck again.
Try and stop me, Tracker.
Was that not
You're
you,
outlaw.
Doug?
Vehicles each sold separately with 2 figures. Batteries not included.
Okay, Volcano, do your stuff.
Working overtime,
Where
fighting
illusion
crime.
is the ultimate weapon. M.A.S.K, Volcano,
I had the
and
semi.
Outlaw,
I had
each sold
Outlaw.
separately.
I had the
New
yeah.
from Kenny.
I remember playing
An incredible
M.A.S.K. at your
secret is
place.
revealed when
Yeah.
I didn't have
ordinary
them growing
men
up.
and innocent-looking vehicles become an awesome fighting team.
course,
It's
the
the
British
secret of
version.
M.A.S.K, where illusion is
What I
the
had. This is an
ultimate
awesome
weapon.
toy.
Outlaw Threats Boulder Hill. We're coming in to get you, M.A.S.K. Calling Slingshot
Snake
to the
oil.
rescue.
I'm getting that now.
Launch the Sonic Jet. Fire the howitzer. Better luck next time. But there won't be a next time.
M.A.S.K, where illusion is the ultimate
See, me and
weapon.
my friends never played with toys that well, like as well as they do in the
M.A.S.K.
No.
Die Neuen sind da. Das Abenteuer beginnt. Auf der heißen Jagd verwandelst du deinen Käfer in
Germany?
Motorrad und
Yes.
Luftkissenboot. Plötzlich der Angriff.
Schnell, Hilfe von der Basis.
I thought they only got Elf in Germany, but
Wie wird es ausgehen? M.A.S.K, deine Fantasie ist ihre Stärke.
M.A.S.K. Skybolt va-t-il atteindre sa cible? Non! Volbeast devient un tank et un vaisseau diabolique.
Mais Skybolt se transforme en jet et brouille les pistes. C'est maintenant un bolide infernal et il ne lâchera pas Volpiste. Masque, tous les coups sont permis.
Now back to Saturday morning cartoons. Nobody's backyard was that cool that they had like, a ravine and a lake and
Or yeah, exactly.
a
Or like a
stream,
stream going through with like the logs that would fall down. And yeah.
What gets me is they got a guy for the American one that kind of sounded like me, as you guys were asking, which irritated me at the time. And I was saying, why not hire me? Whatever. But at least I got to do the other ones, Enchanté les Sartrasudiers.
Yeah, I knew I recognized your voice.
And you nailed it.
Holsteiner Mask. So I got to do those other ones.
That was good. Yeah. Maybe Psycho Mantis will appear in this town.
You okay?
Sure. No problem.
T-Bob and I were on a secret mission to save your grandpa.
Well, you're not going to save anybody if you don't stay on the safe trails. What's your name?
Scott. Come on, T-Bob. I think I know which path Dad took.
Dad wanted me out of the French Quarter for some reason.
But this place is awful.
No, don't go there. That's an alligator path.
I'd listen to her, Scott. Becky's lived here all her life.
She's just a girl. Hurry up, T-Bob. We've got to find Dad.
It's the sort of rampant sexism you only see in message boards on the internet.
On second thought, we
They don't
really
trust
should
the
walk you home,
girl
Becky.
who's lived there her whole life.
So we cut the meeting short and locked the guy in the closet. No one's gonna find him too soon.
No, I can't not hear Jack
Meet
Nicholson.
us at the rendezvous point.
Roger.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Venom! Careful, put your mask on.
Roger!
There's a pandemic.
Where'd those rattlesnakes come from?
It's M.A.S.K.
What are they doing out here?
Too many trees. Can't convert Thunderhawk.
Let's show them what happens when you add some of that super juice to the jackhammer.
The Goldschlager? Is that what he's got there?
What?
The shoulder laugh, that means you're good. And just laughing means you're evil.
Right. Take that, Nurse Ratchet.
You can't bet a nickel, Mancini.
Mask suckers.
That's funny. I thought for sure those Batmen would bring my grandpa back here.
Don't worry. We'll find him.
You're so
Is that
nice.
a Cajun accent that she has? I'm trying to figure out her
We
accent.
better go inside.
That's what it's supposed to be, yeah.
This has gone far enough. We've been going in circles for hours.
What do you mean? I'm just...
We just intercepted M.A.S.K. in the forest.
Good job.
Professor Daly.
You have the secret. We have Professor Daly. I suggest we make a trade.
Don't tell them, Jacques.
Shut up. All right, you win. I take you to the fire trees.
That's more like it.
I guarantee.
Oh, you got a kitty. Wait, hit pause. I want to see the kitty.
This
I
is
want to see Doug's kitty.
Pause.
Menu, the
Pause.
and the most mischievous. She wants to.
Oh.
She came
Little
over.
camera shy.
Yeah, she came. Well, she's the energetic one. When I adopted her, I thought she also had cerebellar hypoplasia, like my second cat, and she was. That's how she looked when I adopted her. But it turned out it was probably a reaction to her having been spayed, a reaction to the anesthetic, And within a couple of months, she was not walking in circles and falling down and et cetera. And turns out that she is battery operated on a nonstop battery. It's the most mischievous.
I have one of those cats. Yeah.
She's, you can't see her here right now, but she's up here.
I see the tail.
Yeah, she's getting her chin rubbed and getting some love.
Yeah, she saw that your eyes were pointing this way, so she jumped in front of those. Yeah.
I can't get her on camera because she's. Yes, I know. Don't you?
Hi.
Hello to the people. I know.
She's busy.
Watch Daddy's cartoon.
Don't eat Daddy's residual checks.
Daddy was Matt Tracker.
Yeah, she doesn't care about the resume.
No.
No.
Look at that, opposable thumbs. All right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Right.
And I thought I got hung up. What happened?
We had a slight run-in. Venom. What kept you, buddy?
I got hung up in a closet. Venom's got Professor Daly and Becky's grandfather.
Those Venom boys
Is the episode where Buddy comes out of the closet. I'd forgotten.
Oh, is this the one?
He literally did.
Right
Good for him.
Not a lot of the kids caught the significance of that, but
very progressive.
We were very ahead of our time.
Way ahead of your time.
The kid saying he didn't like girls. That was a little cutthroat.
The masks that, I mean.
We all wear masks in
right.
one sort or another.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
The Grand Canyon.
Then let's go.
What is all this stuff?
Sap from the fire trees. Out here, we've been
Cab
using it
driver
for
urine.
our oil lamps ever since Grandpa was a little boy. But the trees got sick.
Better call in a tree surgeon.
Grandpa did better than that. He
T-Bob.
went to Professor Daly at the university to see if she could make them well. That's when all the trouble started.
How come this gunk's so thick on the bottom?
Grandpa filters out the thick part
Can
of the
you,
sap.
George,
Then he
you've
boils-
watched this before. What the hell's going on?
All right, so there are these magic trees.
Whenever there's too much exposition and not enough explosions, I'm lost.
You know what? I can start CGIing explosions in.
Could
for
you
our
please
rewatch. Yeah.
put it in post?
Oh, that's why I live in LA. Lots of explosions, very little exposition. Helicopters, you know.
Exactly.
There's a magical swamp tree serum that it's a super fuel that the villains are trying to get a hold of. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's a complete.
What are they
recap.
going to do with the super fuel? Blow something up, I assume?
It makes your car go really fast.
For real?
Yeah. It already
Okay.
happened twice in the episode.
I hope they get a hold of it.
colored part
Faster
to
cars.
give us the lamp oil, the sparkly stuff in the other bottle.
Then what do you do with the gunky stuff?
Nothing. Grandpa says it's too dangerous. Put that in your car and it'll blow you to the moon. It's Grandpa and Professor Daly
and Venom.
What a dump.
Get down.
What a dumb.
Incredibly rude.
Can't you open a door like everybody else?
Now I have it all. The fuel, the sap, and the distilling process. Dagger, grab this stuff and get me a cutting from those fire
It's like a
trees.
kid-friendly version
Right.
of moonshine, basically.
Right.
That
Fuel
can
up
tell
our
that
vehicles
story.
with the distilled sap. I want a fast getaway just to be safe.
What about these two?
Take them outside and tie them to a tree.
Then what?
There's no way they'll
There's the
escape.
cabin. Let's give Venom a warm reception. Defense mode. M.A.S.K.
Keep them away from their vehicles. Right, Chief, here goes.
I mean, I gotta say about M.A.S.K, there are a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a Robert Altman
Your name
cartoon.
is Mud.
Whip on!
Spectrum on.
I've got an idea.
I'd watch a Robert
I'm
Altman
glad
cartoon.
Venom didn't have time to take this thick stuff.
Nashville
We'll give
babies.
Venom a ride they'll never forget.
Good idea.
Sap for the
Overtime,
saps from
fighting
Venom.
crime.
Move out. We've got what we need.
They're sabotaging their vehicles.
Don't you,
Yes.
varmint! Backlash! Fire!
I'll get you next time, Mask.
Oh, he put the super strong.
Yeah.
Rex, over here.
Can't control it.
Okay, move it.
This was a screed against renewable resources, I think. New energies.
They ruined a lot of really old trees in the process, too.
What a show!
Grandpa!
Becky!
Dad, isn't this super fuel neat?
So that's what happened.
Wait, okay.
The Peaceful Nations Alliance should
This
be
is the
able to
Den
keep
your mom.
Venom away from the trees, and they promised to protect Becky and her grandfather.
Oh, good.
What about the fuel additive?
Wait, can you back up,
Hopefully
George? Did he have a wrapper on his, like there was a wrap on his chicken leg? Was there
I
some
mean-
sort of like a napkin wrap on his chicken
Yeah.
leg?
Do you not have a napkin wrap on your chicken leg?
I don't know,
Well,
I
he
just-
didn't want
I-
to get the Cajun spices on his hand. I think
I
that
like
was it.
I like the artistic choice though to include
New
that.
New Orleans style. I think that's what they do. You know,
Mhm.
They
authenticity.
wrap the the
Right.
napkin
Mask
on
is
there.
all about authenticity.
Right.
Right. Show us your wax paper is what they say at Mardi Gras, I think.
Ask anyone.
Alliance should be able to keep Venom away from the trees, and they promised to protect Becky and her grandfather.
Oh, good.
What about the fuel additive?
Hopefully, the university can refine the sap and provide a new fuel source that could benefit everyone.
Whoa! Scott!
That is, benefit everyone except T-Box.
Shoulder laugh.
Shoulder laugh.
So that, yeah, I don't know. I don't like the way they play off T-Bob's anxiety here for giggles.
I think it works. I thought it
You
worked.
identified with T-Bop a lot, George, I have a feeling.
I think I act more like T-Bob than any other character on this or any other show. Now, we're just going to play a very, very quick game here. It's called Did They Tie In? I'm just going to ask whether M.A.S.K had a tie-in for this particular product. Walkie-talkies.
Doug, what do you think?
Oh, I'm sure there was a Mask walkie-talkie. There was
Definitely. I'm gonna say definitely.
Mask everything, I think.
Yeah, I'll
Especially
say yeah.
walkie-talkies.
You're all correct. There was a M.A.S.K walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Play-Doh?
Nice.
No, that doesn't seem like it.
It's too soft, and Mask is too
Yeah. That's, yeah. I'll say yes, just to be the spoiler.
Well, Nick, there was M.A.S.K Play-Doh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should have known.
Oh, you can mold it into, okay. Cool.
M.A.S.K Cabbage Patch Kids.
I'm gonna say yes, just because it seems so like there's not a chance. But yes, I'm gonna say yes.
No.
No.
Doug, no.
No.
All right.
Okay. The answer is no.
Oh. They're laughing at me.
Right.
Are they quickly stopping?
A tent shaped like a truck firing a gun.
Oh, has to be. Yeah.
Tent shaped like a truck firing a gun. Well, the
I
firing
hope
the
it
gun
exists.
part. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes because
Campers,
firing
you
the
know,
gun is.
all the kids who like to go camping with their dad, they would want to buy a tent that's shaped like a truck and fires a gun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're all right. That's look how happy that kid is. Right out of the catalog. And finally,
boy.
a large truck toothbrush holder.
Oh, the Batman toothbrush holder was like a euphemism, a visual euphemism, because Robin was bending down with the toothbrush.
Right.
But I've never seen a mask one, but who knows? All these toys could be.
I mean, this is so specific. I'm going to say yes. This has to be.
Yeah, I'll say yes as well.
It existed.
That whole thing is
great.
Yeah, I mean, look at
that's a. You know what? That's a great use of plastic, I think.
But
look at the toothbrushes are in the exhaust pipes,
and that just takes up so much counter space. I mean, I don't know, but that's how you
You're
play.
gonna need a bigger bathroom.
Yes. Did they tie in Mask Edition?
A lot of tie-ins. That's
And the answer-
the merchandise was incredible.
The answer was usually yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doug, did people send you or did you get free Mask merch while you were on the cartoon?
The only thing I got that I remember that when I was on, I still have somewhere here is a button that said something is the ultimate illusion or whatever. That was a promo button, but they gave us very, very little. I can't remember anything else that they gave us. It was only later that I found out about all this merchandise. Again, I was watching TV or involved, and I wasn't getting any profit from it. So I was busy looking for other work when Mask ended. It wasn't until I started going to conventions and interacting with fans more that they would kindly send me and tell me about things. If you have a moment, I think I can show you.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
I was at a Mask convention or at a retro convention, and they were selling things, and I bought this.
Is it a board game?
Mask.
Is it a board game?
Yep. Yeah. That's cool. I want to try that one out.
I wonder if does
Did
it
you know that
transform into other
existed?
board games?
I hadn't heard that. I haven't heard.
Did you know that existed? Nick's a big board game guy, so like,
no, that's a new one to me.
I haven't played it. No, it looks like it's. I think if you're 2 to 6 years old, it's going to be really thrilling.
What's your shirt? What's your shirt? Yeah, of course. Yeah, you put on your
The whole
fun. Look at
gang.
that. The gang is all there.
Your Saturday best.
I had to do my Mask shirt. Again, these are very kindly supplied to me by some of the fan base. I've got a couple of these hanging in my closet that are created by the fans, which is terrific. So, yeah, if I'm doing a Mask interview, I'll definitely put on one of the shirts for sure.
Nice.
And Doug, you said you wanted to promote your upcoming event.
If I may, yes. I've got 2 events coming up. Again, I do a lot of work for this shelter, the Kitty Bungalow Charm School for Wayward Cats. I used to work in comedy on stage in Canada back, Second City trained and all that stuff, and then got into voice work. So these are combined with both. And when I first got here, I was doing a lot of stage work, like with Hank Azaria and other folks doing. So we do our second Animusery show is coming up. That'll be with a lot of stand-up comics pre-recording their material, and that'll be April 23rd. If you go to our Kitty Bungalow Charm School site, it's not up there yet because I'm still getting the talent on the show. We're still getting everybody lined up for the talent, but that will be coming up. It's a free show online on Zoom, but you can certainly make donations while you watch. Last year we raised a lot of money on the show. We do an auction as well. In probably November, I'll be doing the Voices for the Voiceless auction. I get all my voiceover friends to supply swag. And again, online, we'll have it set up where over about a 3-week period, you can bid on swag, including Mask autographs.
Like what kind of swag? Like toothbrushes and
people from Transformers, from She-Ra, from all your favorite 80s shows and more modern shows. Friends like Steve Bloom and Sandy Fox and Lex Lang and lots of voiceover actor friends here that I have in LA who are animal lovers, many of whom adopt animals and help in shelters as well. They donate swag to us that we then auction online in the Voices for Voiceless auction. And all the profits, 100% of the profits go to the Kitty Bungalow Charm School. We are a no-kill shelter here in LA that rescues cats from the streets and also does trap, neuter, return, where we're reducing the population humanely by doing neutering and fixing of feral cats, whom we both rescue. And if they're too feral and they can't be adopted, we'll put them back where we got them, but we'll have people in place who will feed them and they'll be neutered and fixed so they can't keep having kitties out in the streets. So it's all about doing humane work to save the kitties without ever putting a kitty under unless the cat's in pain and can't be saved. We do vet work as well. We work with vets. We have our own medical facility, small on site. It's all about doing humane work to help the cat.
My kitty Twinkie, she was on the kill list, and we rescued her. We got her, and we always thought that it would be like if her and some other cats who were also on the kill list started up a punk band called Kill List, and like all the kitties who are on the kill list are in the punk band called Kill List.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a marketable cartoon.
I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And I believe I know one voice actor we can ask to appear in it.
Well, I've actually we've done a couple of little tidbits of things, not cartoons, but a little stuff where I've gotten some of the ladies who do the little voices, for cats and stuff, and they've actually freely, bless their hearts, supplied voices for a couple little promo things that we did in years past that were kitten based.
Well, and if they can't do it, I know somebody asleep in a limo just waiting to pounce. And, so look out, the Welker Mobile is ready to go.
I wonder if that's what they call it. They call it the Welker Mobile. That had to have been it.
Again, it's online, Kitty Bungalow Charm School for Wayward Cats. And you look at our events. I mean, it's fun to look at the whole site. It's a fun site. But if you look at the events, that's where we'll promo all the fun things that we have coming up. We do all kinds of different fundraisers. Those happen to be my two fundraisers. I sit on the board of the shelter, and those are the two fundraisers that I kind of, along with a committee of fellow volunteers and board members that I kind of head.
George, did you learn anything from this?
I did. I think I did learn something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You know, the road of life is long, and it's not always well paved. Sometimes you discover that the vehicle you're in can transform into another vehicle. If that's not astounding enough, you find you're in possession of a super-powered helmet that can shoot rays or something. And you then become aware that you're a member of a team of similarly equipped individuals. But then you realize there's another group with similar vehicles and helmets, but with diametrically opposed goals. Are they the villains or the heroes? For that matter, which one are you? But in this ongoing struggle between good and evil, remember, all that really matters is securing a percentage of the pre-tax profits of the merchandising. Yes. And that's why I always say, the more you battle is twice the knowing.
I want whatever medication you're on.
No, you don't. Oh, you
it's
don't.
It's a cocktail. Yeah.
It's whatever is in the bowl in the Joe's shelter.
It looks fun, but it's just stay away.
Yeah, I understand. It's all fun and games until the therapy session starts and the pain that's behind it all begins to come out.
But you got to film it because it's content for YouTube, you know.
Right. All right. We'll take whatever we can get.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Doug, what a delight to have you on, and yeah, we loved having you on talking about M.A.S.K, and I want to go get some of those toys now too. I really miss them.
I'm sure your girlfriend will like you filling your apartment with more stuff.
That's what you need, more collections.
Yep, I need more retro collectible stuff, yes.
I'm going to go get my Miles Mayhem and my Matt Tracker toy and have them fight. You know how you oh yeah, take that. Or you won't.
Yeah. Just do that and just like mash them together. That's how you do it. Yeah.
You can do the voices. You're well on your way.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy Shaturday, everybody.
Happy Shaturday.